Another topic you're likely to see on the exam is one called GPO filtering, or group policy object filtering. Let's go back to the basics on GPOs. They get applied in this order: site, domain, and OU. So that's not going to change. However, what happens when we need to apply a GPO just to specific users or computers? Now, there's a couple of ways you can go there. You could create another organizational unit and then create a group policy object just for that organizational unit and then put those users in there. Sometimes that can get really tough. Microsoft in general recommends no more than 4 group policy objects applied to a user or a computer to keep from slowing everything down and putting a load on. Notice that GPOs get applied to users and security objects that have the allow read and the allow apply permission, because again, everything here is an Active Directory object and everything here has security principles attached, and we can manipulate those. So if we turn off the allow read and allow apply, then that particular user is not going to have that applied. So we can remove these permissions to prevent group policy objects from being applied to certain users and objects. This is one of those areas where group policy will absolutely drive you insane sometimes. It's trying to outthink it. Don't forget about your authenticated users group. That's one of those built-in groups, and what's going to happen is if you don't remove the allow apply permissions, then anything applied to them gets applied, and even though you don't see anything else going on, they may be picking up some group policy settings there. So what you need to do is go out to authenticated users, remove that allow apply permissions, but don't deny it. Okay, if you deny it, then that user is a member of that, and it prevents all kind of things from happening. So don't deny it, just remove the allow apply, and then set read and apply for the appropriate groups. Now this is a kind of a deep subject, and you will need to go out there and do some reading on it and play with it. But the bottom line with this is I just want to bring to your attention, you can filter, it's called GPO filtering. You can prevent an object from getting GPO activity applied to it. Now let me point out one thing, and this is an exam alert. Watch this. GPOs cannot be filtered on domain local security groups, only on global groups. So if you see a question on the exam and they want you to do GPO filtering, you can only do it on global groups, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's GPO filtering. Strongly recommend you go out and you do a little reading, get this burned into your brain, but at least get in TechNet and do some reading on GPO filtering and make sure that it makes sense to you, because you will most likely see this in some form on your exam.